I was looking on YouTube. It was either YouTube or Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I was looking on one of those social media sites, and I had seen or saw, however you put it, I had seen like a Mexican dude talking about how he would never be signed to a black person. You know what I'm saying? So here it is, this Mexican rapper is telling the interviewer the reasons why he would never sign to a black, label, record label or whatever, right? And it dawned on me, man. First and foremost, let me say this, man. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to throw up, be big man and egotistical and arrogant and nothing, none of that. I'm just saying, like, straight up, this is my word. I think that we taught our children wrong. You know what I'm saying? It was up to us as parents to teach our children right. You know what I'm saying? To install, certain principles and morals inside of them that we, got from our parents. And if we didn't get it from our parents, we got it off the streets. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that we installed or we learned from the streets is that, a bully is going to continue bullying you until you do something about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't actually want to say, you put physical hands on someone, but until you do something about it, right? So this is the way I look at, all races outside of the black race. It's like the nerve of these motherfuckers. Straight up. And I hate to sound cliche. I hate to sound dated. You know what I'm saying? Because every time I say in the 90s, I'm telling people literally my age. I hate to sound dated, but I have to give it to you. I have to compare the two. The 90s in comparison to what's going on right now, right? In the 90s, that Mexican cat, I'm not trying to be funny, I'm just being real. He would have never said no shit like that. Never. The thing of it is that in the 90s, we didn't take no shit from people. We just didn't. Just that plain and simple. It was us versus everybody. And in the 90s, we wouldn't have it any other way. That plain and simple. Straight up. But I'm so sick and tired of people that are non-black, talking that shit about our fucking culture. It's not yours. And I don't know how many times I gotta say this shit. Hip-hop culture is not white culture, Mexican culture, Asian culture. None of that. It's black culture. We created it. And you know what's so funny? This is the funny part about it. I laugh, I chuckle when I see rich white folks driving their cars, listening to hip-hop. Rich, white, wealthy folks doing the dances. They be offbeat anyway, you know what I'm saying? Dancing and shit. Doing our dances. Copycatting off of what we do. That's not just the white race. That's every race. We literally run fucking social media when it comes to trends. And every time we create something, somebody takes it and they claim it for themselves. Now just think about that shit. Think about rich, white, wealthy people that hate motherfuckers that's from the ghetto, that are racist. Just think about that Mexican that said what he said. I'll never sign to a black major label or a label, period. They even said, seriously, I'm going to try to find a clip for you. You understand? And if I find it, I'm going to put it in the very beginning of this video. But they even said, yo, even if P. Diddy wanted to sign you, would you sign to him? And then he kind of stuttered. You know what I'm saying? But it's just bullshit. It's bullshit how all these other races will say black people ain't worth shit. You from the projects, you the hood, nigga, this, that, so forth. You hood. But at the end of the day, you love everything that comes out of the hood. You want to know why? Because I know you don't know why. You all don't know. Because y'all don't give a fuck about our history. Y'all don't care about hip-hop as far as the genesis. The inception of it. Of the culture. You don't care about that. But in the beginning, the reason why hip-hop was made, because there were gangs in New York and they were trying to, bring a truce to the shit. And the poverty and Ronald Reagan, that nigga was the straight up villain in the 80s. He took away all of the after school programs and school programs, the bands, not bands, but the what you call them, instruments in schools. So kids didn't have nothing to do, anything to do. So out of bare necessity, like straight up, this is real talk, bare necessity, meaning that there was so much crime and the Bronx at the time was just poverty stricken. That shit looked like Beirut. Straight up, it looked like bombs over Baghdad and shit. So what happened? They created these Project Hood poverty stricken kids created a fucking culture that's now worth billions. So I want to let you racist ass white people know, you fucking Mexican rapper that said you would never sign to a fucking black label, I want to let you know that every time you listen to hip hop, every time you dance to our music, every time you dance and imitate our dance moves, know this, straight up, rich, white, wealthy people, you racist ass motherfuckers, know this, that you're just copycatting off of people that you despise. You would never live in our neighborhoods. You would never go through what we went through in order to create such a beautiful culture called hip hop. Yeah, it's fucked up now because, let me be real, straight up, it's fucked up now because it's in the hands of the people that didn't create it. It's in the hands of greedy, racist ass white people. And notice I said greedy, racist ass white people because I'm separating the two. There's a difference between regular ass white people and greedy, racist ass white people. But it's just funny. It's funny to me that you stupid. It's funny to me that you all would sign to a white man. Listen to this, man. I just don't get the Mexicans. Some of you all Mexicans, I don't get. You do realize that you are our cousins. You do realize that there were Afro Mexicans that helped fight for your independency. That black people all throughout Mexican history. Do you understand that we're fam? La Familia. And you telling me you wouldn't sign to me because we look somewhat alike. But you'll sign to that white man though. The white man that enslaved us as well as you. The white man that has his foot on my neck as well as yours. And you have the audacity to betray your family. Because we are family, whether you realize it or not. And after what you said, it's just like, yo, come on, man. I don't want to be your enemy, but that was disrespectful, man. That was disrespectful. What has the black race ever done to the Mexican race? I'll wait. You don't know your history. That's the problem. And I'm trying to like school you on it in the most, like OG way. You don't know your history. When I listened to that dude, that Mexican said what he said, talking about some, I'm not signing to no black record label, and his logics was just the most asinine, dumbass shit I ever heard in my life. First and foremost, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm gonna lay it out like it is. You practice groupthink. You practice groupthink. You're not an individual thinker, because this is what he said. This was his logics to the shit. He said, yo, like when you be in prison, all the races stick to themselves, to their cells. So I just don't see how when I get out of prison, why I would mess with the blacks. Because It just didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. And I just got tired of listening to his shit, man. It was just disgusting. It's disgusting. It disgusts me because I gotta sit back and watch this dumb shit, this fuckery. I gotta watch. No disrespect to the white race, but it's just the truth. I'm older, so when I go to the gym, motherfuckers looking at me with my hat to the back, to the side, and all that shit. Don't you understand, you fucking millennials, you Generation Z white people, that we created this style? That you white people would wear your hat like this. You want to know why? Because this is called a sunriser. Your eyes are sensitive. Blue eyes, this is a fact. Look it up. Blue eyes are the most sensitive out of all color eyes. So you created this hat with a visor to it to block the sun from your eyes and from your face. We, in the very inception, the very beginning of hip hop, we did this to show and prove that we were about hip hop and not about European culture, lifestyle, and none of that shit. That shit was whack to us. We had to add some flavor. We had to bring some flavor to America. So you know what we did? We did this. Hold on. I'm turning it this way because I don't like turning it that way. We did this. Bow. Bow. Let's turn that shit to the side, yo. You see how natural I look? Because I am hip hop. Oh, we did this. Bow. Oh, my bad. I'm gonna buy me a fitted cap too. Best believe that. Yo, I'm getting back to my natural self. I'm about to cop the NY fitted cap. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get a Charlotte Hornets fitted cap. I'm gold chain, all that shit. The reason why y'all really haven't seen me the way that I'll say my natural self, it's because I've been broke these couple of years. But now, I've saved some money. I've invested. I've become a more responsible person when it comes to finances. So slowly but surely, you're gonna see the real me. And this is the real me. I am hip hop. And this is the problem with people that are outside of the black race. You all think that you can get hip hop. You got it. That, it's just a bunch of words that you put together on a beat. That's not what hip hop is, motherfucker. Hip hop is a culture. Hip hop is a lifestyle. Hip hop is a way of life for a lot of black people. If you don't know why hip hop was created, if you don't know the pioneers to hip hop, if you don't acknowledge that it's a black culture and that black people created it, I know the Hispanics, or rather the Puerto Ricans, were there, but black people created this shit. The Puerto Ricans helped, but they did not. I'm gonna put it out there like that. They did not create hip hop. They helped along the way. People helped along the way to make this culture bigger than what it was in the very beginning. But I'm telling you, we didn't need it. Hip hop was gonna be this big with or without you. Why? Because everything we put our hands on, we turn to gold. Straight up. You could talk all that bullshit about you a liar. It's all about people in jail and this and that and so forth. Nigga, you don't know your history, and neither do you know. See, this is the problem. The news tells you all the negative shit about black people. I'm telling you, I'm finding out new shit every day, and I'm amazed of the shit that I'm finding out that should be attributed towards blacks, but are not. But this is some normal shit. This happens to us through our history. I'm more than sure, as my two channels get bigger and bigger and bigger, and as I grow, I bet you 9 times out of 10, you'll see a white version of me or a Mexican version of me duplicating what I'm doing. And you can't do it. You can't. Because what's so funny about me that y'all don't know, and y'all think that this is an act, I am really like that. That's my word. Ask Pretty Ricky. Both of us are serious as shit. We are the personality that you see on camera. Man, I couldn't imagine a world without black people. And neither could you all. Straight up. Let's admit it. White America, Hispanic America, Asian America, you all have a love-hate relationship when it comes to black people. And that's the truth. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? You love our culture. You love our women. You love my black dick, and that's the truth. And the only one that could kind of handle this shit is a black female. But you love everything about us. When it comes to helping us, when it comes to you acknowledging who and what we are now and in the past, and how we contributed towards the evolution and innovation, not only to America, but to all societies and around the world. I'm here to tell you, man, black people are not getting the credit that they deserve. And this is the reason why we make videos like this. You know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why, you know, it comes off like I'm ranting and all the rest of that shit. I'm not ranting. What's mine is mine. What's mine is mine, man. And I was around that time. I know the people that paved the way in order for all other non-blacks to make money off of our culture. I see Chinese people, Asian people doing flips and breakdance and all that shit. We left that shit alone 30 years ago. Straight up. Y'all are so behind till it doesn't make sense. Real talk. I'm being real with you all. Do you understand that white America allows us to dominate in two things? Straight up. That's sports and entertainment. And overall, one, entertainment. So they'll allow us to make as much money as we want, as long as we entertain them. Know that. Know that you will never see a bunch of niggas in NASA, because they don't want niggas in NASA. You want to know why they don't want niggas in NASA? Because we would have been lived on a planet Mars 50, 100 years ago. Y'all motherfuckers are actually waiting, anticipating for Wakanda, you know, Black Panther 2 to come out in November. Nigga, I'm waiting and anticipating for y'all black people to wake up so we can create, or rather manifest, physically manifest Wakanda. You know we got the brain powers to do it. Let me tell you something, man. Y'all just don't know me. Y'all don't know my background. But on some real G shit, man, I lived in a neighborhoods, plural. And the neighborhoods that I lived in were all black. And I'm telling you, there was a nigga that played sports. There was a nigga that was highly intelligent. There was a nigga that was like, he was a pretty boy. He had waves and shit. He brushed his waves and shit. He always dressed nice. There was a nigga over here that knew how to put together a fucking TV from he could disassemble the fucking TV and reassemble the shit. I'm telling you, in the fucking black community, we got talents without even going to school for it. But what do? They know that we're nothing but sleeping giants. And if they waking us up, now we're going to get in some true science. Waking us up. You're not seeing how I'm waking up. By waking us up is by giving us fruits and vegetables. By giving us the opportunity or the time to work out each day, to meditate, to read. In other words, if black people had time to work on themselves, and that PTSD that we're suffering from, that nobody wants to talk about, post-traumatic slavery disorder, if we can get our act together, I'm telling you, and get some mental health. Straight up. Black people, you need to be sitting on someone's couch. Straight up. After the trauma that we've been through. And that shit it's passed down from one generation to the next, to the next, to the next. Could you imagine seeing your mother, your father, and your fucking siblings hanging on a fucking tree? And you're next? Hey, yo, fuck y'all niggas. Straight up. The audacity of y'all motherfuckers. And what I mean by fuck y'all niggas, I'm talking about all you racist ass niggas that take our culture and shit on black people. The nerve, man. I just don't understand it. I don't. And maybe it's just time for me to just die out. That maybe I'm just a dinosaur. And that's just what it is, man. Other than that, man, I'm seeing my motherfucking culture slowly but surely walk away from me. And nobody's doing anything about it. You know what I'm saying? And when I wear my hat to the side like this, anyone that's from the 90s wear their hat to the side like this, or they wear gold chains or Timbs or whatever have you, you know what we call? Old head. Old head trying to be young. What the fuck are you talking about? And I'm gonna get off this. I'm about to get off this fucking video because, man, seriously, man, I don't have the patience these days. I don't. That's the reason why I'm an introvert. I don't have the fucking patience with these niggas these days, man. I just don't. I'm gonna end it with this, man. It's crazy. These same people that call me old head and all the rest of that stuff. How is it that I'm an old head, but you all are copying off of a culture, a vibe? Let's face it, the 90s are trending now. You understand? All of the box fades I see, all of the hairstyles, the dance moves, all of that stuff, the way y'all wear your clothes, all of that, y'all are straight up fucking biters. I'm not lying. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. There are some people, you know what I'm saying? There are a handful of millennials and Generation Zs that, you know what I'm saying? Straight up indigos. You know what I'm saying? They're here. They have their own individual personality. And they are creators. And for those, I respect. But the general pop of Gen Zs and millennials, motherfuckers are biters. That's all you all are, for real. And this got to the point. Let me tell you how disgusting this got. It sounds funny what I'm about to say. And it may be contradictory to a certain extent. But it's gotten to the point where everybody, nobody's creating anything new. They're just biting off of old fucking black culture. Or just culture, period. I'm not going to even say that, oh yeah, it's just all black. No. I'm not on that black supremacy or white supremacy. I truly believe that all races have made great contributions towards society and just overall the world. The problem that I'm having here is when you all say that black people haven't contributed anything. But yet and still, you in a booth rapping. That shit be bugging me out. You gonna call me an old head, but you got your hat to the back. Do you know how old this style is? Straight up. I can take this, taking our hat putting to the side and to the back. I can go back as far as the early 80s. So it's a different type of mentality when I'm working out in the gym and I see, white folks walking around with their hat to the side and turned to the back. And ain't nobody acknowledging that we did it. We the one that created this trend. Straight up. Or as you all call it, the fist pump. It ain't no fist pump, it's giving dap. It started off like that. Do you see that? I'm trying to school y'all on what really dap is. We started off like this. Look at my arms. Look at that. Dapping each other up. Look at that. And then this. That was strength, power, black pride, black power. It's not the fist pump. So just know, every time you white people are so-called giving each other the fist pump, that shit came from black people in the early 90s. For those that know, please, if some of you all may have that shirt, what we wore in the 90s, it surprises me that shit hasn't been put out as a retro, for real. But in the 90s, you'll see that we used to wear these shirts. It used to be a bald head black man and a black dude with dreads, and they gave each other dap on the shirt. And it read like black strength, black power, and shit like that. So know this, for all those that do the so-called fist pump, that for one, it didn't originate from white people, and for two, it means the exact opposite of what you trying for it to mean. And what it really means is strength, unity, black power, black love. That is our greeting. That is the way that we greet one another. That is not the way that you all greet one another. Y'all don't know who y'all fucking with, but you gonna know. You gonna learn. You gonna learn. I am Black America's weapon. Straight up. Y'all just don't know. I'm about to rock this shit. I'm about to show white America that hip hop is ours. And I don't mean I'm gonna come out with a song and I'm gonna have this #1 hit. No. Cause that's not what hip hop is just about. Did you just see Bun B? He was on Good Morning America. He was rated. His Trill Burger is rated. I'm sorry, this fucking damn thing. His Trill Burger is rated the #1 burger in America. So guess what? The funny thing about hip hop is we as creators of the culture, right? Hip hop is not just about music. Do you understand that? There's a fifth element that really nobody talks about, but it's there. It ain't the breakdancing, it ain't the rapping, it ain't the MCing, it ain't the DJing, ain't none of that. It's this. Intelligence. And this is what I'm gonna show white America. You fucked around and you painting that picture. First of all, the paint you're using is fucking cheap. And the brush that you're using is cheap as shit. Y'all are painting, white America spelled with 3 K's is painting this picture that is totally wrong. Totally wrong. Sleeping giants, please wake up. Be who you were and are. One last thing, man. If you thought throughout all this video, throughout this whole video, that I'm telling the audience that nobody could participate in hip hop but black people, you are a fucking liar. Something is fucked up in your head. And it's crazy because that type of rhetoric or that type of frame of thought, you're gonna go out in the world and poison everybody else with that shit. That's not what I meant. We created hip hop, and the pioneers that helped pave the way, black pioneers that is, we made hip hop so that it will not be racist. So hip hop is for everyone. The problem that I'm having, and the reason why I'm making this video, is because non-blacks have not only taken our culture and used it without our permission, but also have shitted on us, and I've literally heard a motherfucker say, you can't own music. I'm like, well, tell that to Columbia, Arista, Sony. The list goes on. There are white record label owners that own not only the average blacks lyrics, but they own their image, their song, they own their name, they own everything. Just think about that. Hell yeah, I have a right to make this video. Hell yeah, I have a right to be upset when my children are not going off to college, because I can't afford it, for an example, because my children are not, first and foremost, my children are not old enough to go to college right now. But I'm saying if they were, I can't send my children off to college with a culture that I help introduce to white America. But white America are sending their kids off in drones. And how do they have the finances, the capital to do that? Is off of the average black man's lyrics. What I'm telling to you is that we don't own hip hop. Not on paper. We don't own it. So you goddamn right, I should be pissed off. I have a right to make this video. Something that I put in work, blood, sweat, and tears. Do you understand that most kids grew up listening to hip hop? Do you understand what hip hop means to a nigga like me? That comes from a fucking damn household that didn't have a father in it? So you goddamn right I'm gonna fight for it. Because hip hop means the world to me. And I'm seeing motherfuckers that don't deserve it become successful off of it. A fucking culture that was created by a bunch of poor black people now has became America's culture. It has become a way where America can exploit the black man and the black woman all over again. That plain and simple.